Yeah, we're lying on our backs with our heads, our necks elongated, our shoulder blades flat on the ground, our sacrum weighted on the ground, the four corners of our feet, so not on the pinky side, not on the big toe side, but evenly on the four corners of our feet. And then everybody take your hands and put them by your ribs, like the front ribs. And notice if the ribs are poking up or if they're flush in line with the fleshy part of your stomach. Oh, that's no good. Music repeating. So I would like you to exhale and bring your ribs down such that they're not popping out. They are in line with the fleshy part of your stomach. And it might take an exhale to make that happen. If your hands are right here on those front ribs, you'll notice if you don't try too hard, when you breathe in, your ribs kind of pop up into your hands a little bit. And then when you exhale, the ribs come down and settle in and down towards each other and become in line with the fleshy part of your stomach. Let's take a breath in again. And then let those ribs settle down. And keeping them there, bring your hands back down by your side and alternate marching your legs. And as simple as this movement is, it's a moment for you to notice what kind of shifts your body makes when you lift a leg. A movement that we do all day long when we're walking or getting in and out of a car or going up and down the stairs. Of course, our body's going to naturally move in response to our leg being lifted up. But right now, we're trying to gain some stability in our center. So we are going to hold it tight in our trunk, anything that would be underneath a one-piece bathing suit. Hold that still with the challenge of moving our legs, causing like a little shift in balance. Can you keep everything underneath a one-piece bathing suit still? And let's make it a little bit more challenging by bringing one leg up and then meeting it with the other leg. One leg down and bring the other leg down. So when you bring that second leg up, you might feel like your back, underneath your low back, wants to lift off of the ground. And your job is to pull in at the front of your trunk to keep your back from popping off the ground. The way I make that happen is just like a little bit of a curl of my pelvis in response to the lift of the second leg. For me, this is particularly challenging because I have an asymmetrical spine. I have scoliosis. So I always kind of shift one direction. But maybe for you this is easy, and if it is, let's bring both legs up for you and then go one leg at a time down. And remember, of these three options, you can pick the one that works for you. This is the most difficult one we've done so far. The second most difficult is to lift one leg, then lift the other, put one leg down, then the other. And the easiest version so far has been to just lift one leg at a time. All right, final version. We're gonna bring both legs down and both legs up at the same time. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now bring your legs to your knees to your chest and just kind of relax that motion for a second. Take a big breath in and feel your back ribs expand as you inhale. And let all the air out. One more. Back ribs are reaching to the ground, like if you were laying in sand, making little imprints in the sand with your back ribs. All right, bring your legs down, and we're gonna, this time, open one leg to the side. So I'm gonna show you like this so you can kind of see it a little bit better. So you're opening one leg out to the side. The other leg stays still. So it's like a half butterfly. And again, this feels or may seem very subtle. When you open your leg out to the side, you can let yourself roll onto that pinky toe so the bottom of the foot comes up. But the challenge here is now, if you're moving your right leg, you're trying to keep your left hip down. You're trying to keep your left leg totally still. Your left back pocket is inaccessible as you open your right leg out. And now let's switch the other side. So this is now a different pull. Whereas the other exercise we did, when it was challenging, it would make us arch our back. This one makes us rotate. It makes us follow the path of that leg. All right, now let's bring our legs to tabletop position. And then if you're ready, you can open up from here. We're repeating one leg over and over, not alternating. And so again, check in and make sure that left back pocket is inaccessible as you open your right leg out to the right. Let's do 2 more. And then other side. It's like challenging. If you swing your leg out to the side, can you keep everything else still? And even though we're not doing a twisting motion with our body, this is an abdominal oblique exercise, because it's our abdominal obliques that are preventing us from following our leg over to the side. Let's do 2 more. All right. And then go ahead and put your legs down and rest for a second. You're gonna put one leg up in the air now, and you're gonna circle that leg. So one of my legs is bent on the ground and the other one is circling in the air, kind of like you have a little mini hula hoop that you're trying to keep at your ankle. And then go ahead and circle it the other way. All right, good. Now make a bigger circle with that leg. All the way out to the side, down and up. So as you're making this big circle with, let's say it's your right leg, check in with your left leg and make sure that it's still staying still and your left back pocket is still inaccessible. Your left shoulder is staying on the ground. Last circle. All right, other leg. Little circles like you're trying to maintain a hula hoop at your ankle. the rest of your body probably kind of wants to jiggle along with it, move around with it, but you're trying to keep it still. Like you're trying to glue yourself onto your mat, and you don't want to lose that stick. All right, now big circle, out and back up, out and back up. And let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2. These are still all progressions of that same original exercise. So if your hips are getting tired, you can always go back to that one leg opening out to the side situation. Last progression, well, we have 2 more progressions of this, but let's do one of them first, and then we'll go back to the progression of this after doing another thing. So legs are straight, and bring one leg up in the air. This is kind of tough if you have tight hamstrings, so you can bend that knee if you need to, and then make little circles like you're maintaining that hula hoop again, or whipping up some clouds in the air. Or like your toe is is drawing a circle the size of a dessert plate. All right, now big circle, out, across and up, out, across and up. 2 more. All right, other side. Little circles. Nice job, guys. And now big circle, out, across and up, out, across and up. 2 more. All right, now I said there was one more progression, but I want to do a little warm up before we do it. So let's go to pelvic tilts. Can you lie on your back with your legs bent and tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling, which then presses your low back onto the ground. And then release back to normal, where there's a little space underneath your low back. And then again, curl your tailbone up, pressing your low back to the ground. Check in and make sure that your stomach's not puffing up. And back to neutral. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, press. Inhale, release to neutral. And exhale, press. Inhale, release to neutral. All right, now we're going to go all the way up into a shoulder bridge. So tilt your tailbone up to the ceiling and then lift up your hips. We're trying to make a flat line at our front of our hips. It's like a slide from our knees down to our shoulders. We're not actually trying to make a rainbow with our body, but like a slide. And then come on back down. As we go up, we're peeling our back off of the ground, 1 vertebra at a time. And as we come down, placing 1 vertebra at a time on the way down. Check in with those feet and make sure that you're still on all 4 corners. The big toe has a tendency to unweight itself in this motion. So make sure the ball of your big toe is still in contact with the floor. And if anything has the most weight on the floor, when you're up, it's your heels. You can play with that too. Like what muscles work when you're more on your heels versus more on your toes. So it's not like one way is right and one way is wrong, but it depends on what you're trying to target. And I'm trying to get you to move, first of all, segmentally through the spine for that abdominal control, and then work your glutes. So whatever you can do to get your glutes to be activated when you're up there, that would be great. Let's do that. And for me, that's pressing on my heels, helps me activate my glutes. All right. Now for that progression. Roll your hips up. Lift one leg up. Don't be surprised if this is challenging. And then circle that leg in the air. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Trying to keep that other leg still. And now 2 big circles. Big circle. One more. And put that leg back down. And roll your back down. And let's take a break. Bring your knees to your chest. Take a breath into your back. And let it all out. Now we're going to do the other leg. Roll your hips back up again. Lift the other leg up in the air and make little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now 2 big circles. Keeping that other leg still. Trying not to let your body twist over towards that moving leg. And then put that leg down. Roll your back down. Knees back to your chest. For a little break. And then you can go ahead and keep your legs here. Bring your hands behind your head. And then bring your elbows to your peripheral vision. So not all the way out and not covering your ears. Diagonally out. Lift your head about an inch off the ground. And let your head relax in your hands here. So your neck is not straining. Your arms are pretty much lifting your head up. Now remember those ribs that we talked about earlier? We don't want them to pop up. Keep the ribs down and then release one of your hands. And then release the other hand. So hopefully it's the tethering or the like suspender motion at your ribs that's holding you up. And not so much the strain of your neck, although your neck does have to work, because if not, gravity would make you fall back, right? But hopefully you're getting some help from by your ribs. Okay, hands back at your head, and then bring your head back down. Let's do that again. Elbows in your peripheral vision. Curl yourself up just a little bit. Keep those ribs down. Now curl yourself up a little bit more, trying to get the shoulder blades off the ground. And then come back down. And let's do that 5 more times. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come down. And remember, your head is along for the ride. Your arms are supporting that head, and your ribs are reaching down towards your pelvis, and that's what brings you up. On this next one, you're going to hold it up, release one arm, release the other arm, and move your hands up and down for the 100. If your neck gets overly tired, you can put your hand behind your head, one of them or both of them. All right, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. And in. And out. And in. And out. You can choose to straighten your legs. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. And in. And out. You can choose to lower your legs. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. As long as you can keep your low back still on the ground. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. And out. Nice. Hold on to one of your legs and let's straighten and bend it. You can let your neck go. Let's work another part of the body while we relax our necks. And then switch sides. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now straighten your bottom leg. Lift it slightly off of the ground. So you're like making a little check mark position with your legs. And now curl yourself up towards your bent knee. You can use your arms for help. And as much as you can, straighten that leg. Then switch sides. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna double up. So pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. Just 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, relax for just a moment. Let's put our hands out to the side. I'm gonna put my hands behind my head because I don't have much space here. And then you're gonna bring your legs to tabletop position and you're gonna fall, let your legs fall to one side. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, pull your legs back to the center. And inhale, control that fall to the other side. Exhale, pulls the legs back to the center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, pulling from your abdomen, which brings your legs up, as opposed to your legs being the ones that control the motion. Let the connection from your ribs to your pelvis pull your legs in. One more each way. Last one. All right, now lie on your side such that you're facing me. And, oh, I'm totally black in your screen. Let's see. All right, let's see. See me better that way. Nope, not any better. All right, so you're lying on your side, facing me. Can you guys see me? Yeah? All right. Okay. Thank you. Your legs are straight, lined up as if you're like, your back is against a wall. We're in that neutral spine position again, just like when we were on our back. You're gonna lift your upper leg just so that it's parallel to the ground and kick it like, let's say 6 inches forward, 6 inches back. 6 inches forward, 6 inches back. So it's a little mini kick. Yeah, and just notice how your center has to control you from going with the leg. Well, not with it, but opposite it to balance. I'd actually like you to keep your trunk still while your leg swings back and forth, thereby working your core. All right, let's go as much forward as you can without changing the shape of your trunk, and then as much backwards as you can without changing the shape of your trunk. So when you come forward, try not to round your back, and when you kick backward, try not to arch your back. I caught myself cheating. I was like holding on to the edge of the table. All right, let's do one more. And now let's go fast. So as fast as you're comfortable. And that might not be as fast as I'm going, but it might be faster than I'm going. Can you keep your trunk still while you're quickly moving your leg back and forth? 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, put one leg on top of the other one. Your legs are stacked now. And can you pick both legs up and bring them back down? Up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This may seem impossible, but give it a try anyway. Straighten your bottom arm, and you're gonna lift your upper body up while keeping your legs down. So lift, and you can use this hand for help if you need to. You're using the connection of this top rib to the pelvis to curl you up. So let's do 7, 6, 5. Hopefully your head is resting in your arms so your neck doesn't feel like it's leading the way. I think we have 2 more. 2 and 1. Nice. All right, come on to your elbow. And put your top leg slightly in front of your bottom. Slouch down. Get a stretch at these bottom ribs. And then pick yourself up. Let's do 2 more. I'm going to inhale as I get this stretch. Exhale as I pick up. And 1 more. And I'm going to pick up and stay up. Keep space between my shoulder and my ear. And then I'm going to pick up my bottom hip, straightening my legs out into a side plank on my elbows. All right, come down, bending legs. And we're going to do that again. Pick it up. You can straighten your arms to help you and come back down and pick it up and come back down and 4, 3, good, 2 and 1. Nice. All right, shake that arm out a little bit, take a break because we're going to actually do that side plank on our hand. All right, so we're going to go on our hand, put the one leg slightly in front of the other. You can practice that slouch and pick up once as the same thing. You're going to slouch, pick up, and then press into the legs, lifting the hip off the ground, and come back down. Let's just do that 2 more times. You can, it helps me to bring my arm up, so I'm going to bring my arm up. 1, nice job, and 2. Awesome. All right, other side. Legs are both straight. And we're gonna kick the top leg back and forth, 6 inches front, 6 inches back. Now let's go as far as you can front and as far as you can back without changing the position of your trunk. So the tendency would be to round and tuck under as you kick forward and arch your low back as you kick back, but we're trying to keep our trunk still. All right. And now let's do it as fast as we can. Kicking front and back as fast as we can while keeping our trunk still. You can change the distance that you're kicking your leg so that it's not quite so challenging. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, one leg on top of the other. Pick up both of those legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now put your bottom arm straight and pick your upper body up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come onto your shoulder or your elbow. Lounge and stretch. And exhale and press up. 2 more. Last one. And now put one leg slightly, the top leg slightly on front of the bottom. and pick up your hip. Nice. And down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Onto that hand. You can lounge into it for a second. And then pick up. One more time. All right, now pick up into a side plank. Good. We're gonna do 2 more. 1 and 2. Nice. All right, go ahead and lie down on your stomach. And we're gonna stretch your quad. So bend one of your legs so that you can stretch the front of your leg. Tried to get the tree out from behind me so that at least my shadow isn't confused with the tree. And then switch to the other side. All right, go ahead and rest your forehead on your hands so that if your eyes are open, you're looking at the floor, but you can close your eyes. And now scoop your belly button up towards your spine, like you want the skin of your stomach to not touch the floor so much. And then release. And then repeat. Helps me to exhale as I pick up my belly button towards my spine. And release. All right, now curl your tailbone under a little bit, not squeezing your glutes, but like if you can imagine your tailbone, tuck your tailbone between your legs just a little bit. And now scoop your belly button up towards your spine. Check in with your shoulders and make sure they're not tensing. Let them go. Check in and make sure that you're not pressing your knees into the ground. Release whatever like push into the ground that you're doing with your thighs or your knees. You're just tucking your tailbone under, scooping your belly button up towards your spine. And now, maintaining that shape, lift a straight leg up in the air and lower it down. And repeat that leg for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it up. Can you keep that leg up and bend that knee and straighten it? So your thigh might be touching the ground a little bit because it's pretty hard to lift that leg up really high without arching your back. And I don't want you to arch your back because you're still tucking your tailbone under, scooping your belly button in. So your thigh is just kind of like lightly grazing the ground maybe. And you're bending and straightening that knee. Let's do 2 more. And let it go. All right, relax everything. And then let's reset. Scooping the belly button up towards the spine, tucking your tail between your legs just a little bit. Lift the other leg up and down. And 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. We're keeping that leg straight though. We're lifting a straight leg up and down. And now keep it lifted as you bend and straighten that leg. That thigh is barely grazing the ground as you bend and straighten that leg. So it's a lift from the hip and then a bend and straighten of the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, push back to child's pose. Bring both arms over to one side and inhale into the open ribcage side, stretching out the spaces between the ribcage. directly above knees, and you're gonna tuck your toes under. Okay, imagine, now we've been thinking about the belly button a lot. Imagine that there's a string in the ceiling, and it's going through your back and attaching to your belly button. It pulls your belly button up towards your spine, and it pulls it so much that it lifts your back up, and then your knees levitate off of the ground. Just a little bit. So your knees are like 2 inches off the ground, or 1 inch off the ground. And then bring them back down. And then repeat that. Lift and lower. Again, lift and lower. And lift and lower. All right, now we're gonna slide one leg back, then the other leg back, one leg in, and the other leg in. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake out your wrist for a second because we're gonna do a little bit more on the wrist. If this bugs your wrist, this position, you can put a little bit of something like a towel underneath the, close to your wrist side, like the heel of your hand. Okay, we're gonna be on hands and knees, and we're gonna do push-ups, but just the elbows. So down and up. You're tapping the ground with your forehead. Your elbows can go out, or they can stay by your side. For me, it's more challenging for my elbows to stay close and in. My stronger muscles are my pecs, which I use when my elbows are out, and less strong are my triceps when they're by themselves without the help of my pecs, and that's what's working when my elbows are in. All right, let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, alternate tapping your stomach. So we can take unweight off of our wrists for a moment. Just tapping, tapping. 8, 7, imagine you have a glass of water on your back and you don't want it to fall. Good. 3, 2, 1. All right, now slide one leg out into plank position and then the other leg. Now we're not gonna do it now, but imagine, you can spread your legs apart a little bit. Imagine you're gonna tap your stomach with your hand. You don't have to do it now if you don't want to. I'm not going to do it, but maybe later we will. So imagine what you need to do to pick one hand off the ground and tap your stomach. And now the other hand. All right, knees back down, push it back to child's pose. Let it all go. All right, have a seat facing me and bring both legs over to one side. Bring your arms out to the side like a letter T. Tilt and reach up and over. And then find the letter T again. And go the other way. Nice. Letter T. And 4 more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, now come up and over and round your body like you're hugging a big ball. For me, this stretches my back quite a bit in a nice way, like in between my shoulder blades and down one side of my back. Scooping your belly button like up, like around, holding a really big ball. Can't squish it. Like, you don't want to just squish it near your belly button. Same pressure all around the ball. Take a big breath in, and exhale, come up. Switch your legs to the other side. Try not to use your hands. And then tilt and reach up and over. And come back to letter T. And go the other way. Nice. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come up and over, round and hug the big ball. Getting a nice big stretch there. Spreading the shoulder blades apart from each other, picking your belly button up towards your spine. Elbows are coming out a little bit to accommodate that big ball. Take a big breath in. And exhale, come back to the center. All right. Bring both of your legs in front of you. Hands behind your knees. And you're going to send your tailbone under and come down one vertebra at a time. Take a breath in here. And exhale, curl it up. Pick it up one vertebra at a time off the ground. And stack yourself up. This is challenging for you. You're not alone. This is not just like a core strength thing, but a back flexibility thing. You can imagine if your back is one stiff piece, it's harder to roll in slow motion up. One way that you make this happen is to use this motion like we're sending our legs away, and then our body follows the legs. All right. On this next one, see if you can keep your feet from touching the ground. Can you balance here without your feet touching the ground? Bring one leg up and put it down. Other leg up and put it down. Both your legs up and put it down and come down and rest. Again, curl it up. Try not to put your feet to the ground. Let's get one leg up, other leg up. Release your hands. Try to balance here. And then can you lie back down, lowering your legs and your upper body. Reach up, circle it around, and lift your hands up. Lift your legs up at the same time, and come back down. Now some ways to make this easier. Inhale, reach up, exhale. At this point, you can hold onto your legs to help you come up. And you can bend your legs. And come back down. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, circle it around. You can keep your feet on the ground and use your arms on your thighs to help you come up. And then maybe pick up your legs if you want to find that position. Back down. All right, we're going to do 2 more at the level that you want to do. 1. 2. Right? I hope that went better for you last time than it did this time than it did last time. We are going to end with a motion that is easier physically, maybe, but might be more challenging, like body awareness wise. And it's called the pelvic flop. So let's all lie down on our back, legs bent. You can be the 12 being at your belly button and the 6 being at your pubic bone. And you're gonna do pelvic tilts like we did earlier, rocking from 12 to 6, 12 to 6. I exhale to 12, inhale to 6. I'm not trying to levitate off the ground at all. I'm just like pressing different parts of my back to the ground. So sometimes people will pick up their whole butt off the ground. As far as what's happening at your hips, you're traversing the length of your sacrum and ending at like your belt line. Your belt line always stays on, is on the ground. 12 to 6. So if 12 was the belly button and 6 was the pubic bone, then 3 is on one side and 9 is on the other. So we're gonna go from 3 to 9. I might look opposite to you on your cameras on Zoom, but just know we're going to one side and the other, wherever 3 and 9 are for you. So if 12 was the belly button and 6 was a pubic bone, where's 3 and where's 9? And we're pressing down towards 3. In essence, 9 comes off the ground. Like one side of your body is off the ground. And then press down towards 9. And then 3 is off the ground. Now check in with your legs. Try not to have your legs rock from side to side. See if you can go from 3 to 9 without your legs going from side to side. All right, so now where's 5? 5 is probably down by your left leg. So go down to 5 and then now up to 11. 5, 11. It's a little bit of a diagonal pelvic clock. 5 and 11, or a diagonal move, pelvic tilt is what I'm trying to say. And now settle back to center, and we're gonna go from 7 to 1. So rock down to 7 and up to 1. And you might find one diagonal is more easier for you to do than the other. 7 and 1. If you want to incorporate breath with that, you're going to exhale to 1, inhale to 7. 1 more. And settle back in. And now we're going to go around the entire clock. So let's go to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can keep going at your own pace, all around that clock in a clockwise direction. Just noticing if there's one section of the clock that's more challenging for you to move through. If you want to incorporate breath, I would exhale at the top of the clock, inhale at the bottom. And now circle the other way, counterclockwise. Inhaling at the bottom, exhaling at the top of the clock. Noticing if one direction is harder to move through than the other. If that same difficult section of the clock is happening when you go this way. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Nice. Curl yourself up one more time. Tall. And we're done. Nice job, guys.